Hey everyone, welcome back to International Student Advice. My name is Daniel.
My name is Sophony, and today's video is about the top 5 majors we will recommend to international students, and we're also going to talk about why we picked those 5 majors. We have selected those 5 majors in consideration to being eligible for OPT, which is what you're going to be needing to work outside of your campus as an international student. We'll also consider flexibility of the kind of job you'll be able to apply once you get a degree in those top 5 majors.
We do understand that there's so many other majors out there which are really great majors, but we try to pick the 5 best ones that we consider.
Let's start with this video. We're going to be starting with number 5. Number 5 will be MBA or business related degree. MBA is for Master's Business Administration. It's literally just if you were to do a master's after your bachelor, you could consider that. With an MBA, there's a lot of job that you'll be able to apply for. Honestly, I think most job will go with an MBA unless it's very specific skills that you will need to have. The options are limitless if you were to go with MBA. The same applies as if you were to get a business degree, because there's a lot of business out there who are in need of business related majors because there are skills such as soft skills, project management, and accounting. Those skills that are required to run a business. Regardless of the type of business that are out there, you need somebody who has a business vision in order to run that. Those are the advantages for an MBA or business related degree.
Not just to say this degree has only pros, I would like also to point on the cons of this degree. The first con that we see is a high competition. The fact that this degree is in such a big demand, so many people want to get into this degree, and this puts the competition a little bit higher. We have every single year people graduating with bachelor degrees in administration, finance, and all that, and we also have a lot of MBA coming to the market. This makes the market to be a little bit more saturated depending on which city you are, especially like cities like New York and all that, and make getting a job a little bit tougher. On the other side also, we have the STEM OPT. These degrees sometimes are not eligible for STEM OPT. And if you don't know what is a STEM OPT, normally every degree gets 1 year of OPT after completion. A STEM OPT gets a 2 years extension on top of that 1 year, which make it eligible for 3 years.
Also, to add to what Daniel just said, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, math. So if any of your degree fall into that, you'll be eligible for that 24 months extension.
On number 4, we have math, stats, actuarial, finance, or any other degree that is related to data science. Most of these degrees are data science based degree, and we all know in today's world, data is a fast growing field. Every company are trying to get as much data as they can, and we would need people who will have to manage data. And this department is so versatile that you can easily get a job into any kind of industry you would like, whether you want to work for healthcare or for a bank or any other kind of industry. They're always in the need of somebody who work with their data. The entry salary is usually around $60,000 with an average salary of well above $100,000. The fact that most of these degrees are science related or technology related, this makes most of these degrees eligible for the STEM OPT. And most of the companies that do hire these people intend to file the HB1 visa for them because they are such in a need.
Now, I also would like to touch about a few cons of having a math, finance, or data science degree, just because, like Daniel talked about, there's a lot of data around and people need to know how to use it, how to create information. So there'll be a lot of new technology around that people need to pick up masters and learn to be able to help those companies improve their overall system, minimize risk, and all of that. So you have to really prove yourself, and in a way you're kind of competing with every single graduate because they have the chance to possibly learn those new technologies at school. And if you're already in the field, you might be like so sucked in into what you're doing that you're not necessarily being exposed to the new technologies. You will always have to kind of keep up with that pace and get new certification, get yourself relevant. So this is something you have to keep in mind when you get into those kind of degree. The learning doesn't stop there. The last point will be, like the degree says it, there will be a lot of calculation involved. So get ready to use your calculator.
On number 3, we have engineering degrees. This includes mechanical, electrical, civil, structural, or any other type of engineering degrees. With the demand that is coming with everything going to electrical things like electrical car, electrical plant, even renewable energy with solar panel and all that, there's a high demand into mechanical, electrical engineers. With the construction everywhere, we also need civil engineers, and every other engineers are well needed as well.
Also, you will be well off as an international student considering those majors, because you're also going to be eligible for the OPTIM STEM extension, and also having the possibility of your company applying for H-1B sponsorship for you. And now I also would like to talk a little bit about the cons of this degree. As an engineer, you're most likely going to work long hours. So I know in construction, people usually work during the whole day for 10 hours very easily. It's very common. And you have to be able to balance your work life and also personal life if you're going into this field. This is something to consider. And also, there will be some kind of job, mostly government job. You will need some kind of security clearance to be able to get into this project. This is something to keep in mind, but it really depends on the kind of job or the company, the kind of project you get into. It's not necessarily like if you are an engineer, you will have to do a security clearance.
So the fact that we say that this degree is a high-growing field, we should also mention that some of the engineering degrees are a little bit more competitive because more people turn to choose those degrees. An example that I would take is mechanical engineering. One thing that I realized is that most people try to pick mechanical engineer because it tends to be a little bit much more easier than electrical engineering, which creates a high demand of electrical engineer and a high competition on the mechanical engineering market, since an electrical engineer can do the job of a mechanical engineer. So look into that before you pick which degree you want to do in the engineering field.
Number 2 will be health-related degrees. We're talking about nursing, being a doctor, being a pharmacist, being a dentist, and those jobs are very secure. Let me just tell you that. If you were to be a nurse, I'm pretty sure you're never going to be unemployed because there's always a need. Also, if you look into the top paying jobs in Glassdoor, you will find the top 4 are related to health degree.
This emphasizes how much money are in this sector. They get a lot of money.
You will make banks.
Now, the other advantages about this degree are a low competition. The fact that these degrees are really, really needed, so many people tend to not do them, which leads a high demand on the sector with low people graduating, which makes the competition really low. We also have a global reach. With a nursing or any other health-related degrees, you can literally go everywhere in this world and literally find a job the next day, because everywhere we go, people need those degrees.
Now, on the other side of the advantages, we also have the disadvantages of having a health-related degree. And the first one will be long hours, because, I mean, you have to attend to patients and you have to work in a hospital. Those hours are long because they need people 24/7 to attend to patients. So again, you will have to understand how to balance your personal and work life.
It might also require you to go for more than 4 years for your bachelor degree. The average length of health-related degrees are about 6 years. Some of them goes to 10, maybe 12 years if you're going for your doctorate. So look into that if you really want to go in.
If you are concerned about like tuition fees and costs, this might not be the right degree for you because it will require more years to complete it. Therefore, it will require more money out of your pocket, or regardless if you're trying to find a scholarship, in general, it will cost you more to attend a college and get a health-related degree.
These degrees are also practice-based degree, so you will probably need a license to practice, and therefore it locks you into the practice that you are doing. So if you finish your master in nursing and you want to switch to another health-related degree, it might be harder for you because you might have to go back and restudy and get a new license for that. So look into the license and the practices. Another point I want also to mention is that the fact that you have a license, if you ever have to lose your license, you might lose all the year you go for school for. It's a point also you need to look into.
Last but not least, we have a top major, which is what we both are currently doing, and we got a degree in that. Is computer science, management information system, and software engineering. Let me tell you, this degree will put money in your pocket. It's a very, very growing field because, like we talked about, everything is done through the internet or using some kind of technology. So a lot of companies are moving towards the digital world, so they need people who understand technology, they need people who understand data in order for them to grow as a company.
Especially into post-pandemic worlds, we've seen a move into electronic and digital version of anything. So you've seen new applications that come even for health-related degree, for finance, and any other type of industry. They are trying to move into digitalization. So this creates a more high demand into this field.
Like we're talking about technology, one of the cons of having this degree is that you have to keep yourself marketable by having certification, by learning new technologies. So that's the first cons of having this degree. And also, depending on what you're doing, for example, I do internal audit. In busy season, we dedicate a lot of hours in order to complete those client projects. So this is another thing too, like knowing what you're getting yourself into and the kind of hours you are facing when you enter those kind of field, and having a balance between your personal and work life is very important as well.
So with that said, the burnout rates on this degree are really, really high, because like when you work 12 hours, 14 hours just to have a project done and have another project hand out to you right away, you kind of get burnout really fast.
And sometimes you manage 4 to 5 projects at the same time. Let's not forget about that. You have to really focus on your project management skills and also client relationship skills. Those are very important for those degrees. Unless you're doing software development, you don't really have much interaction with teams.
After talking about all this cons, it seems to look like this degree might not be a really good degree. But if you look into the top 50 best jobs in America, you will see the top 6 or 7 are computer-based related to degree. This is just to emphasize how great this degree is and why this degree is on number 1 on our list. Granted, I'm a little bit biased because I have a degree in it, but I'm also one of the good person that can tell you how great this degree has been for me in my journey here in the USA.
In summary, we have picked these degrees based on their flexibility, like OPT STEM eligibility, and also the growing field, the high demand, so that if you were to consider any of them, you most likely will find a job and be able to stay in the US and work a little bit longer, so that during that time you can even apply for H-1B sponsorship with your employer.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the content, please go ahead and like it, subscribe to the channel so that you can see much more of this content. Share it with your friends. Leave us a comment for whatever you want to see next. My name is Daniel.
My name is Soph, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.